Hey everybody, it's me and David. We have a special guest, and sometimes it's like a Cinderella thing. Like you don't know if they're going to show, and if they don't show, it's not a bad thing. It's just what we just want to make sure it's the right slipper. So if it's not the right dance, hey, it's okay. But we played yesterday against the Pittsburgh Steelers, and it was a pretty exciting game. And I know there's a bunch of people going live and stuff like that. So me and David are just coming in. We're talking. We're gonna talk back and forth with each other for a little while about the game that just happened and the upcoming game. So, David, how are you doing?
I'm doing great. Still victory Monday. Still get to enjoy this, victory, and then we got to go against the Rams, so that ought to get interesting. I don't even see their leading. What is up with that? Where's that guy that led them in receptions yesterday? Isn't even on their depth chart.
For the
Talking about the
Rams?
Rams. Yeah, the
Yeah.
the guy from BYU. I don't even know his name because he's in BYU. If he was a Utah Ute, I'd probably know his name. There we go. Puka Nakua. There we go. But yeah, this is interesting. I've never heard of most of these guys, Bryant. I'm not gonna lie. I'm
The
looking at the
Rams don't have
Rams
a lot
depth
of players.
chart.
Yeah, they don't have a lot of players that are like recognizable, like it's just, I'm not going to underestimate them, but they just don't have a lot of players that are, household names, I guess.
Well, you know, that is how it is too. So they run a 3-4.
That's interesting.
I didn't think they ran a 3-4. I thought they ran a 4-3. I've never seen them not rush a fourth guy.
What's up, Bebop? Thanks for coming, buddy. We got Tony in the chat as well. Thank you, Tony, for coming.
But
Man,
they
the Rams really did spank the Seahawks yesterday, didn't they?
oh yes. Yes, they laid the wood on them. They straight grabbed the hatchet, they chopped the head off, they let the body run around, then they feathered it and cooked it, you know.
Hey, Tony, let me know what the score was for the Jets game, if that's over yet. Or is it still going, Bebop? The Jets game, David, did you see what happened? Aaron Rodgers went down.
On ankle. It's
Yeah,
probably a high ankle sprain.
yeah, 'cause he was still walking around. Overtime. Okay, thank you, Bebop. Yeah, they tied it up. So you know what's interesting to me, David, is I really thought the Niners wanted Zach Wilson. And I know he has all the extra things that happened outside of football, like whatever, like moms and all. We'll just, say it like that. But
Moral issues. Yeah,
thank,
moral issues.
thank you, because when it's your friend, right? Right? And we'll just keep it like that. But the Niners, I think they were really interested in him. Do you remember any kind of, or do you feel like that was possible, what do you think?
I honestly think that we were interested in him at one point. I'm very much glad that we didn't get him. Well, then again, look at the Jets team he originally joined. I mean, they weren't that good of a football team.
No, they weren't.
But here he is going into year three, and they traded for a QB. I mean, if that doesn't say anything right there, you know, they have the Rams have a Kilo Witherspoon, our former corner.
Uh-huh.
I didn't know they had him. Yeah, I can't say I know much about any of these guys, buddy. That's probably an advantage they have. I know an advantage we definitely have. Kicker. We have Jake Moody. They have Brett Maurer, Mister couldn't hit the side of a barn from a 1 yard away in the playoffs last year.
Oh my gosh, right? I mean, you go and get the kicker from Dallas, like Dallas upgraded by just cutting him. They didn't even need a kicker. You know what I mean? Like that's how bad he was, right? And I mean, how can you say you can upgrade when you don't have a kicker? But that was how bad it was. It's like, um, but sometimes you change your uniform, you go to a different place. Maybe it's the air, maybe it's the ocean air, whatever it is. Maybe he'll play better for the Rams. But the Rams had a decent kicker last year, if I remember correctly, and just doesn't seem like they can pay anybody anymore, huh?
It doesn't. Wow, how did these guys beat the Sea Chickens? Well, I know that the Sea Chickens were missing a lot of their defensive backfield. I think. I don't know like a lot about it, but I know like a couple of their corners were missing, a couple, and the Rams exploited that by passing the ball all over the place on them.
Yeah.
I don't think they could run the ball worth a dang. Well, look at the numbers in that game. I think Seattle had them on lockdown, and if Seattle can lock down their run game, so can we.
Oh, most definitely. Yeah, we're gonna definitely clamp hard. We are definitely gonna clamp hard. See, the whole
I'm
thing
looking at
with
this like what's there to be? It's the Rams. Yeah, we have a season and regular season winning streak going here. We don't want to break that. But this is like a track game.
yes, we can't go into confident.
Matthew Stafford threw for 334 yards against the Seahawks. Their best running back was, oh my goodness. They had a guy named Kay Williams, who I have no idea who that is. He had 15 carries for 52 yards, 3.5 average, and 2 touchdowns. And then Cam Akers had 22 carries for two. Oh, I'm reading this wrong. 22 carries for 29 yards and 1 touchdown. That's going nowhere, buddy. That's like 1.3 average. That's going nowhere fast, you know. But yeah, Puka Nakua. I don't know if I'm hacking his name up. It could be Nasua. I'm probably hacking his name up. Nothing new. I'm famous for that. He got 10 catches for 119 yards, and he's their primary slot receiver. And then is it Tyler Atwell had 6 catches for 119? Yeah, our defensive backs are going to be busy. Aaron Donald got half a sack. Sharing his Karen, he shared it with one of his teammates. Oh, their kicker was 3 for 5, Bryant.
Oh wow,
It
that's
says
not
long
good.
54 though, but still 3 for 5. That's 60%.
Yeah,
He
let's see.
scored just as
Jake
many points as Jake Moody did, 12.
Moody's long was 41. That's good though. Shout out to the kicker. You know. All right, we got special guest tonight, Terradome.
Sweet.
Hey, Terradome.
What's going on, buddy?
Bowling.
They only had to use their punter once against the Sea Chickens. One punt, 45
Listen,
yards.
fellas,
I'm just looking at the Rams versus Sea Chickens, kind of looking at what we got coming.
Let's go. Let's
Yeah,
go.
they can't run the ball to save their life. If we can pass rush, pin the ears back, and get to Stafford, then rattle his cage, and they'll be in trouble.
One.
Can you say it again, Lily? Can you say it again?
Jets won.
That's all right.
Jets won. Jets won.
Jet
Woohoo!
one.
Okay,
J
hold on.
T S. Jets. Jets. Jets.
I picked them in my pick'ems. I'm marking it. That's why I'm saying woohoo, because I have a losing record for the second time in probably 10 years.
What's up, fellas? How y'all doing, man? How y'all doing?
Well, we were having a show and we had a special guest, but he was not able to make it. So we said, hey, you know what? The show must go on. So, Terradome, it's not been your first appearance, and hopefully it'll never be your last appearance. But thank you so much for coming. I know somebody told me something, and I heard it through the rainbow. I heard it through the everything. Let me know what your experience was in Pittsburgh.
Man,
Who'd you meet? Where'd you eat? What'd you see? And
let me run it down. Yes, sir.
You got
First and foremost, respect to Steeler Nation. Respect to the great city of Pittsburgh, who knows what it is to be a champion. They were doing this when I was a little kid, man. Before I was 10 years old, they were out to 4 Super Bowls. Stallworth, Mean Joe Green, Lynn Swan, Terry Bradshaw, Mike Webster, Franco Harris, Mel Blunt, Donnie Shell, Mean Joe Green, Jack Lambert, Jack Ham. Nothing but respect for the Steeler Nation. They are they were our predecessors. Back in the day, man, they had something called Millennium Bowl, where they had the team of the 60s, which was the Packers, respect to the great Green Bay Nation, the Packer Nation, the 70s Steelers, the 80s San Francisco 49ers, and the 90s Cowboys. And they did like this virtual playing game to see who is the greatest of this century. Naturally, I think the 49ers got it with a field goal by Ray Wershing. We won it. But when you're dealing with a city, and I was up in Green Bay 2 years ago for that playoff, when they know championship stuff. They are astute at football acumen. They study like we study. They know the game inside and out, and they will tell you to a man if you got something there or you don't got something there. They're gonna tell you, y'all look like paper champions, y'all look like this, and they will tell you, hey, you got some heat out there. My best friends, Apostle, shout out right now, Apostle Robert Smith is a Steeler. Reverend Frankie Fells is a Steeler. They know the game, and they were very cordial, man. They were dope. They were awesome people, man. Steeler Nation is well represented. And then after we put it on, after we unleashed the Kraken, they came to a man at the hotel after the game, during the game. My God, y'all got something brewing out there. Y'all, man, you ain't had to beat us like that, man. You ain't had to beat us. They are real fan base, man. And you will get that sense if y'all ever travel to the East Coast. If you travel to these cities, man, you know when it takes on the a life of that, you'll see your reflection in the light. You'll see a fan base who honestly loves that logo, who honestly love those colors. They are representing, and they know what real football is. and man, they just did just a tremendous job, man. And shout out to John Chapman, Wayne Breezy, and Peachy, man. I finally got to lay hands on them and hug them and laugh and drink. You have communion after service. Amen. Glory to God. And and my wife, man, everybody was just so brilliant, man. It was just a wonderful, wonderful trip. I got a Ben Roethlisberger at Pepe's. It's called Pepe's. It's on Western Avenue, and they got every sandwich you can possibly imagine, man. And they draw it in on a chalkboard, and they got all the pictures of all the greats that have come to Pepe's. Mean Joe Green, Franco Harris, Art Rooney. They got everybody who's ever been there, man. And they're all wearing Steeler stuff, and they would say, man, y'all came a long way to get this whooping. But when you holding pocket rockets, if you ever played poker, when you're holding those two aces and a couple of cowboys, you know what you got out there. I got some of the best in the business out there, man. And I just let them talk. When you're playing poker, you play coy. Go ahead and cash your chips in. Go ahead, push them on in. And came 1 o'clock Eastern Standard. Flawless execution, great
So,
event. We just did our thing.
did you have that Roethlisberger dog, or
Yes,
what is?
sir. Yes, sir. It is a Roethlisberger. It comes on a burger bun. I posted a picture. It comes on a sub roll, and it's the burger, and then they got it's scrambled eggs on it, and lettuce, tomato, because Roethlisberger used to scramble a little bit, and you can put your mustard, your cheese, your it's two cheeses on it, and it was delectable, man. It was some good stuff. Me and my wife just had to have that Roethlisberger and cherries down on Western, uh, and the 49ers need to take that into consideration. Have the stadium down in the middle of the city so everybody can enjoy the city of San Francisco like it used to be. That's what Pittsburgh does. It's right in the middle of the city. You're in downtown, you're in Market Square, and it took on the life of the city. You need the city as a backdrop. And as you're sitting in the stadium, we were in 520 section L 9 and 10. You look out and you see the bridges, and they paint the bridges gold because they love their Steelers, and you can see the backdrop. It's a hilly town, a lot like San Francisco, and everybody was just so dope, man. I was sitting next to people. They said, you guys are really cool. You're so much better than those Raven fans. I've been to the Ravens stadium. They can get really ornery. They're not as bad. The worst fans in the world, y'all, Philadelphia Eagles. They just nasty. You will have to. You'll probably come to fisticuffs with the Philadelphia Eagle fans because they what you call a bastard city, a second city to New York, and they feel some kind of way, and they don't know how to how to present themselves as champions. And the Steelers recognized our 5 rings. We were the first to 5. The Steelers were the first to 6, and it's just if I could get a little snobby, it's like having old money. Millionaires know millionaires, and it's a handshake, and it's a hey, I that daggone TJ Watt, he's living in my backfield. I might want to get him a jersey, and then they'll come back with, hey, that Brock Purdy, I think y'all got fire over there. Is that Brandon Ayuk? They know our players like we know theirs, and that's how it's supposed to be, man. That's camaraderie, and it's a respect of class, of championship, of multiple championships. It's supposed to be that. There's a history with Swan and Stallworth. There's a history with Franco Harris. There's a history with Terry Bradshaw. Bill Cowher. There's a history with Mike Tomlin, who's from my home state of Virginia. Shouting out to Brian Culp right now, Newport News, Virginia. He's Denby High School, and ain't nothing finer than a black man who know football from the state of Virginia. Hey, it is what it is. And they were real cool, man. They were real cool, and we just performed.
So,
Really,
so you got to meet John V. I understand.
I
49er
was,
locker talk,
man.
right?
Yes, 49er Jeff. I met Chapman. I met Peachy. I met Wayne
Right.
Breezy. And man, we just hugged, took pictures, laughed. Mose knows. Maddie,
Yeah.
Maddie, who gave you the tickets. I met Maddie out there.
Oh, you met Matty B?
Yeah, man. Yeah, Maddie B. He kept walking by me and he had a Steve Young jersey on. I said, that dude looked familiar. And I was with Callie, my main man, Callie Young. And
I didn't know Matty B went, but that's wow.
yeah,
Wow.
man.
I
We were
know
out there.
Niner Jeff went,
Oh,
Ty
yeah.
Austin went,
I met
Becca.
Ty too. Ty's my
You met
guy.
Ty?
Ty's my guy. Ty was, man, we sat down and laughed and talked. Man, we were at McFadden's. McFadden's is on North Shore in Pittsburgh. Yeah, I think it's North Shore, 211 North Shore. And man, the 49er Rush Road Rush or Rush podcast with John Chapman,
Yeah.
Wayne Breezy in there. Man, y'all take time out, get with those guys, man. They have a party the night before, they have a party the day of, at the tailgate. Plenty of food, plenty of burgers, plenty of fries, plenty of macaroni salad. And we just had a really good time, man. Plenty of nice beverages. Amen. Glory to God. My church might be watching. We had communion. Amen. And
Hey,
it was wonderful.
we'll be going. Me and David will be going. There's like 40 of us going to the tailgate. Well, not to the tailgate, but to the home opener here at Levi's against the Giants. We
Oh,
get to go in like 4.5 hours early. So I don't know if we get to leave, and come back in. I don't know how that works because
the tailgate will be outside of the stadium.
right, but with our
And then you'll eat and party, and they'll have prizes and everything. And then an hour before, everybody posses up and we go in force. And if Pittsburgh's
sorry,
still
Dylan,
saying, y'all shutting it down.
with me and David's tickets, me, Tony, and David, we're going to be going with like 40 other 49er faithful. There's going to be a lot of us. And because the way the tickets were given to us, we get to be introduced into the stadium like 4.5 hours early.
Wow.
So I don't know if we're going to get to go tailgating, but I'd like to meet up with John Chapman and all those guys. It might just have to be inside the stadium, but I'm not sure what it all includes. But I think we might get like a stadium tour, being in there 4.5 hours early, and I think if I heard right, we might get to go on the field, but we're gonna we'll be seated behind the field goal end zone and the south end zone, the 49er, the gold miner section.
Oh man,
So,
that's awesome.
We're gonna take a bunch of pictures with a bunch of people. I want to throw everybody's name out there. I want to try to be classy, but there's like 40 of us, and it's going to be a lot of fun.
It's going to be awesome. It's going to be awesome. Jess has a picture with and I didn't get to lay hands on Jess and hug her, but she's got a picture with Jed York. Only Jess, right? Only Jess. She's the Barbara Walters.
I saw that. I actually
saw that?
I reposted it. It used to be retweet, but I retweeted it. So
yeah, man. Yeah. But I think that'll be real cool with you. If y'all doing it 4 hours early, they'll let you guys come out. They'll probably tag you with a wristband of some sort or something, and then you'll come back in. But tailgate,
it's truly a blessing from Jess, and Jess was able to do something really cool for a lot of 49er fans. So 40 of us are going to meet up. Shout out to Jess. And wow, I can't say anything more. But yeah, I'm looking forward to meeting her and a bunch of other Niner
It'll
fans.
be
And
awesome. I,
if I again, I don't know if I'll be able to meet up outside the stadium for the red zone. And I think if I'm not mistaken, they meet up in the blue lot parking
Blue
lot. I
line.
don't
Okay.
think I don't
Yeah.
I don't I'm not positive, but the green lot is right in front of the stadium. So if you go to the blue lot, it's a little bit further away, but it's still
Yeah.
it's still worth it, you
Yeah.
know.
Yeah. It's straight walking distance, man. The way Santa Clara is set up, it's just so open. You'll it's 2 blocks, 2 blocks, and y'all posse up and you go, man. I got pictures of how many 49er fans were just walking into. I said, man, I was telling those Steeler fans, I said, hey, we take your stuff over. She said, it's so many of you. It was shocking to them that as a fan base, you know, particularly out in the West Coast, you think of geographics, but man, Niner Nation is everywhere. I met people who were from Ohio, people from Mississippi, people from different places all over in Raleigh, Durham. We're flying back into Raleigh, Durham. It's 49ers everywhere because we just truly love the game. We love the organization. We love what they're doing, how they're doing it. And hey, we read that red and gold, man. I am so sorry. Here it is. I know y'all got all that black and it draws bees too. We met up with a couple of yellow jackets, but we need to hear no there. And man, it was awesome. It was awesome. It's awesome, man. You're gonna have a good time. Everybody needs to go posse up for a regular season, and then in the playoffs. Oh my god, man! I go to Green Bay, Charlotte, whatever we represent. We will come out in force and stay after the game just to high five some of the players and you do your podcast and different things like that, man. It's just it, you love the guys. You love this team, man. And boy, when you get a victory, oh my God, a dominant victory like that, a flawless execution in the first couple of drives. Brock Purdy doing this thing, CMC, the blocking downfield, the Trent Williams, the Spencer Burfords, the up front, man, Brendel, everybody just hitting on all cylinders, and then that defense, man. Oh my God. It got so bad for the Pittsburgh. They were celebrating a first down late into the second quarter. It was about to be halftime, and they got their first down. And the announcer said, it's a Steeler first down. And they were like, wow, we got a first down, y'all. Right. Get the terrible towels out. We were dominant, man. We were so dominant. And I felt this, man, when they said the top 50, the top 100 players. I knew what we had out there, man. I know of a Warner. I know of a Hufanga. I know of a Drake Jackson. I know of a Nick Bosa. He's man. It is what it is. You holding pocket rockets, which is 2 aces, and we're playing Texas Hold'em. We got the people. We got it here. It's just a matter of going on tour and keeping it all locked up. We got it. We have it. We have it. We move different. We are executing. We are just, McKivitz. I was going to say McGlinchey. McKivitz had a hard time with probably the preeminent pass rusher on the edge besides a Nick Bosa and a Micah Parsons, TJ Watt. And he had it was a coming out party. He had a rough time, but man, you're not going to face another TJ Watt. Those Steelers were good. That's a good defense. When they were introducing them to a man, I was looking at, I was like, good Lord, Hightower? What? Minka Fitzpatrick? Oh my God. Look at this starting. You got Patrick Peterson now? And that's a good defense. Really personnel wise, that's a good defense. And traditionally, the Pittsburgh Steelers play defense. And we're gonna get the negative Nancy's and the counts of contrarianism. They're gonna come at you and say, "Well, it really wasn't nothing. You just beat Pittsburgh, and they don't have their stuff together." That's a good team that we went out there and kicked in the teeth. That's a good team. That's a good personnel over there. That's some of the best in the NFL. I'm telling you what it is. And we went out there
That's what I would like.
and played.
That's what I would like to ask. Or like basically, you're alluding to. I think the Pittsburgh Steelers are a good defense, and the Niners are a good overall team.
Yes,
And not
sir.
only did our defense come out and suffocate their offense, it was what 3 and outs before they got a first down. I think.
Yeah, man.
Um,
We were
that's
balling.
that's not good. But then for our offense and people to say what they want to say about our O line is the ones that are suffocating and stopping these rushers. Brock Purdy got 3 sacks on him. Sure, there was 2
Yeah,
fumbles, but
yeah,
that's because again, players, who are athletic, they make plays.
yeah.
They are in the NFL for a reason. But it wasn't until halfway through the game is almost over did you come alive. Do you think this is just fruition for the rest of the season? Do you
It
see I mean, Teardo, for me personally, David, I think he's going to say it as well. This is a Super Bowl team. This is a
it is.
team that even if we start losing games, and I don't think we're going to lose games, but even if we start losing games, once we get into the playoffs, this team knows what to do to turn it on and win games.
It
I
is so deep. You're spot on, bro. You're spot on. We got the horses. We got the cards. The truck's loaded. I've been telling them. Hey man, and that Brock Purdy, I am here to tell y'all that dude is tough. He's quick. He's nimble. He's accurate. He is what he is. I know we've been a fractured fan base for this offseason, and a lot of us wanted what we wanted, how you wanted, and God doesn't give it to you that way sometimes. He doesn't give it to you perfectly. If that was the case, my first wife, we would just have 8 kids, and it would be honky dory, and that would be wonderful. God don't give it to you like that. He says, "What are you praying for? What are you asking for?" I want a functional, good quarterback. Well, I'm gonna give you this one, but it ain't gonna look like everything else. I don't care. I just want this. 30 points, man. Purdy means 30 in Swahili. He's gonna get them 30 points. He gonna give you 30 points. He gonna give you 30 points. He gonna be nimble, 66%. 220 yards, accurate, getting it to his playmakers. We're going to run the rock. We're going to win. This
I'm
is what we're going to
confident.
do.
I am confident that we're going to get at least 30 points every game behind Brock Purdy. There might be
Yeah.
1 or 2 games, but our average, there might be 1 or 2 games we go over 30. But I think when you divide it all up at the end of the year and do the mean and the mode, you're gonna find out that our average is 30 points a game.
That's what he do. Purdy means 30. He going to give you 30. Somehow he going to give you 30. And you got to suffocate in D. That's the formula. And he's on a rookie contract. That's the formula, y'all. That's how we do it. That's how it's done. Everybody's going to say, I know the naysayers and the negative Nancy's and the people will say, well, we need a quarterback who can be like this guy, and he's got to throw it far, and he's got Justin Herbert's a Martian. He can throw that thing opposite field, outside the numbers on one hash, and throw it down 80 yards outside the numbers to the other hash. They don't have what we have. They don't have what we have. We need a point guard with precision, who can make plays, who can think, who can process real good, who's nimble in the pocket. That's what we got. That's what and a leader. That's what we got. They voted him captain. And I just posted something with Micah Parsons, who between him, TJ Watt, and Nick Bosa, they're the no, I'm forgetting somebody. Miles Garrett.
Miles Garrett.
They're the
Mhm.
preeminent pass rushers in the business. And Micah Parsons saying to a man, hey, it's time for y'all to stop thinking that this guy is Mr. Irrelevant. It's time for y'all to stop thinking that dude that dude can do it. That dude can we it's concerns out here. It's concerns out here. And people don't want to hear it, but it is what it is. We got what we need and we need what we got. And let's get up the road, man. Let's do
Hey,
this.
I'm hoping Purdy gets better as the season goes.
He
You
is.
know,
He's gonna
and
get
that's
stronger. Yes.
and you know that's what I'd love to see because he's good right now. But if he gets better, then it's better for us
Oh my
and
God.
harder for them, whoever the team is.
And that's why I
Yeah,
was just so in on him. If you're performing like this as a rookie, you're performing like you've been here for 5 years. You're staring down blitzes. You're looking off linebackers. You're looking off safeties. You're quick in the moment. You're nimble. You're doing this your rookie year. Everybody gets a little bit better once they know their teammates, once they know their strides, once they go to the sidelines and say, "Hey, look, man, when you see that cover two, let's do a little something with that. Let's uh let's cut it to the outside instead of cutting it to the inside."
yeah.
So
You build up the rapport.
Melissa asked a question. She's like, "Hey, Teardown, thoughts on
Hey,
Jawan Jennings keeping up
third
traditional
and
of being under
Juwan.
players?"
I
Right?
He
So
pissed someone off good yesterday.
Aaron
man,
pushed his
you,
helmet
you let, let,
sideways,
let,
and then
let,
he did
let,
the thespian thing. Like, look, I didn't do
I,
anything. You know.
bruh, let me tell y'all. Let me be real into a man. Every championship team I've watched, and I'm gonna throw it to basketball on this, has that guy. That guy who will get up under other people's skin, that guy who puts this maximum effort on, but he has an acumen for the game. There have been Dennis Rodmans, Bruce Bowens, Kurt Rambuses, just these different little guys that it's not about their talent and how great they are dribbling, dunking, and the athleticism and all of that, but they know how to get up under your skin and piss you off so much that they can draw these little ticky tack fouls. And you need that guy. You need a Mark Bavaro. You need a Cap Bosa. You need a Clint Didier. You need a Jawan Jennings on your team. This dude will. He plays into the. My coach used to say the echoes of the whistle, not to the whistle, but the echoes of the whistle. And then when he stops and turns his back, you mad at him because he got a little bit of the best of you, and you take a shot. And man, it was on full display Sunday. It was like unnecessary roughness on this guy for hitting Jawan Jennings. I was talking to my wife. I said, "Yeah, Jawan will get under your skin. He does it."
We were doing so good until our defense turned up and they wanted to get a little aggressive on the sidelines, unnecessarily roughness.
Yeah,
I mean, again, I don't think it was so bad, but it wasn't a flagrant foul. You know, it was just one of
it was
those.
bad. It was bad. It was bad, bro. I was in the end zone, and they ran it back on the end. I said, "Oh my God, he's in the chalk." I mean, you know how thick the chalk is. I think it's 3 yards, 2 yards, and the guy's flying
Mhm.
through there. Here's Demo gonna hit. I'm like, "Oh, Demo, that's a bonehead penalty."
Yeah.
and you're letting him in there. He was way out of bounds, and you got some 49er folks that are gonna say, "Well, he was just jumping." I mean, Demo just took it. It was way out of bounds, Demo. Bonehead move, but
Yeah. No, I
we do
agree.
that.
I do. I
I
do.
was just, I was just happy it wasn't Greenlaw because usually Greenlaw does that. Remember? I'm like a coach. I said, "Give me a number. Give me a number." They said, "Theodore Lenore." I was like, "Well, heck, at least it won't Greenlaw."
Well, that's my only complaint about the game is the 11 penalties that we had.
Yeah, we were a little
You
sloppy.
know, we gotta clean that up. We gotta play cleaner than that. We have some good teams coming up, and it would be nice to play a pretty clean game against the Rams. That's for sure.
Flawless victory. I can't. Ooh, I can't wait to put it on those Rams, man. That's gonna be Levi South. That's a great game to go to too. If y'all can travel out, and I'm working next week. Am I working next weekend? No, I'm gonna be off. I'm gonna be off next weekend. Man, maybe I gotta save my money for the Dallas game. But hey, get out, go down to Levi South. It's a new stadium. If you haven't been there yet, man, we own the stadium. It's Levi South is our Airbnb. So you're gonna be amongst the brethren. We're gonna shut that daggone thing down, man. Niner Nation travels. It is such a beautiful thing when you look out and see all that red in another stadium. I saw this. It was a couple of years ago versus the Cowboys. It was a few years ago. I think it was a regular season game. I think Kaepernick was there, and they showed all that red in that blue seated Cowboy game. And the Rams, they go as far as telling their wives to shut down any ticket sales to San Francisco if it has this area code. Don't give them any ticket, man. We shut it down. We shut it down. And then those Steelers, who's a great fan base, and I love them, but man, towards the end they started leaving, and it was nothing but red up in there. Man, I love it. We will take your stadium over, man. We will take your stadium over. Love Raphael, what's up, my man? Raphael, what's up, man? I saw Jeff, 49er Jeff, man. I saw so many people, man. It just was just hugging on them. And it's a brilliant thing when people say, I know that voice. Are you Terror Dome? Hey, Brian, it perks you up a little bit. Your wife is like, "You're kind of famous, aren't you?" Yeah, I do a little something. Of
Just a
course,
little
everybody
bit.
watches, and they watch the podcast and stuff. So
Hey,
it's
we have a goat sighting in the chat. Our guy Corey Davis is there.
Corey Davis, my man. Love you, man. Love you. Praying for you every day, man. That's my dude, Corey. And he's on with Trivia. Oh, you could have won some money, man. They were giving away prizes for trivia at on a road rush, the 49ers road rush. They would have it the day before, and they had trivia at 6:30, 4:30, and 2:30. And I was like, man, Corey Davis would kill this. Corey Davis would walk away with a Debo jersey or something. Melissa's in the hizzle. Melissa Rebel. Hey, girl. What's up, Brian?
Yeah.
That's what Raphael said.
Bashar's there. Yeah, chat's
Bashar, my
popping.
man,
I'm kind of
Bashar.
surprised with everyone else who's live right now. I mean, thanks for showing up, everyone. We appreciate it.
Hey,
Yeah. If
bro,
anybody wants
we out here.
to come in, the
We
in the
out here.
description. We can
It's
drop it again
Victory
if you guys want. If
Monday.
anybody wants to just come in and tell us what your thoughts are, get a little bit of, you know,
It is
hey, it's time to celebrate, right?
celebrate. Yes,
We
turn
don't
up.
always do this, but no, if anybody wants to come through, they're more than welcome to. But yeah, I'm really excited about how we played. I really am just wow, the Niners went in. I think they heard what the Steelers were saying. they're no, we're the 49ers. This is our team. This is our year. We're taking care of business. I think if we play this well, it's a really, really hard season for anybody to come up against us. I've been saying it for a while, 15-2, and I'm not gonna back down until after we lose two.
I'm with you. 15-2. 15-2. We might I anticipate a little problems with the Browns and maybe the Ravens, possibly. But man, if we keep
My
on
three,
showing
the
up
three
like that,
losses, the three losses I picked on the year were the Browns. Remember, I started out when we first did this, Bryant, right? When after the record came out or the schedule,
yeah,
I said the Browns are going to give us problems.
yeah.
And right now, a lot of people probably looked at me like I was crazy, but you saw them beat the Bengals, right?
Beat them like they stole something. Yeah.
Yeah. And
Yeah,
then I
man.
said that the Ravens we always seem to have problems with them, and their mobile quarterback doesn't
I
help.
know.
You know. And then the other loss was to the Sea Chickens on Thanksgiving, but I'm starting I know it's only one game. I'm gonna wait a couple more games before I say, yeah, these Sea Chickens are trash, but
David,
because it
hey
is only
man,
one game, right?
we can't lose to those sea chickens on Thanksgiving Day. I, and forgive me, but it goes back to when we were when we played them on Thanksgiving and they ate that turkey on our field. We got to get them. We got to get
Well, we got special guest Corey Davis, who's coming from us live from Tahoe.
them. KD,
How are you doing, Corey?
Hey, how y'all doing?
doing well, my brother, doing well.
Up here in Tahoe.
You in Lake Tahoe? Oh man, you playing the golf?
No,
It's good golf up there. Good golf up there. Good little fishing. And man, Lake Tahoe. I remember Telly Savalas used to do the Kojak, who used to do the commercials. Hey, come to Lake Tahoe. It's a wonderful thing. Come on to Lake Tahoe. Man, Lake Tahoe's dope.
Tahoe is a really neat place. It's really cool. It's a really giant lake, if people don't know, and it's in between Nevada and California. And it's really funny. The side of California is all green and it's all pretty and everything. You go on the side of Nevada, it's all desert. It's all
That's great juxtaposition with water in the middle. Yes.
it's like what looks like when you water, what looks like when you don't water.
you all stay
It's
to win.
it's awesome though. Hey, we got
Stay
Melissa coming in. First time appearance. Everybody shout out to Melissa coming in.
It's my buddy Melissa. How you doing, babe? Hey.
I'm kind of miserable right now. And
Oh, what's
pissed off.
wrong? What's wrong?
My mom got sick right after her shift at the hospital, and they had to rush her to the ER.
Oh,
And supposedly they're gonna make her wait over 12 hours to get an MRI. And she
oh,
works there.
yeah, yeah. That's
Wow.
emergency services. I know. You're around what you need to stay away from, but it's gonna be
They
okay. God says
supposedly
it's gonna be
stuck
okay.
her in some kind of cabinet that has like no reception, so my dad can't even call us with any updates. So I'm just staying up all night, freaking out.
Don't freak out. It's God's got it. It's gonna be all right. It's gonna be all right. It's gonna be all right. Weeping may endure for a night, but joy cometh in the morning. It's gonna be okay. God won't let no, he won't let anything happen. He doesn't sleep, he doesn't slumber. God works 24/7, 365 days a year. It's gonna be all right. It's gonna be, believe that. Believe that. Don't let your heart worry. Don't be troubled. All right.
All right. Melissa, with all due respect, all prayers and stuff to your family and your mom, and we wanted to keep it. I want to keep you positive, So the best thing I can do is ask you a couple questions, maybe get you off of, not off of, because your mom's always in your family should always be on your mind, but to maybe relax you a little up.
Yeah,
So
prayers.
if if you had to, who's your MVPs for this game? And if you had to decide between Ayuk, CMC, or Jake Moody, or Brock Purdy, who are your MVPs? Who would you
Hold on,
decide?
Brian. How you slip the kicker in there, man?
Hey,
you don't-
you-
wrong way. You see,
I mean,
you see that jersey right there, right? You see that jersey?
Blatant.
Um, actually, I would go with actually I would go with the guy from my favorite college, Jake Jackson, which you didn't list. I think he had a sensational game that's going way underrated, and so I would go with Jake Jackson as my MVP.
All right.
he got 3
Yeah,
sacks.
he
I like
did.
that.
He was balling. He was balling.
Hey, that's who
He
I
really
picked earlier.
No, but I think it's a little bit bigger than just the sack numbers he had or any batted passes he has. I think all summer most people were like talking about how we didn't get unique Ngakwe. They're talking about trading for Brian Burns now because he's pissed off at the Panthers. They're bringing up all these different defensive linemen that we should go and get, and we just brought in Jake Jackson last year. So for him to kind of like face all that anger from last year where he got inactive for the playoffs and redshirted and didn't get a lot of play time and come out that strong against the Steelers team that like nobody in the national media gave us credit for to shut down, let alone to be able to like hold to how many 3-and-outs. Like I think that's a very underrated storyline from what happened yesterday. So me, it
That's
has to be
beautiful.
Drake Jackson.
Beautiful. That's beautiful. You laid that out. You laid that
Yeah,
out.
they had a whole whopping 1 yard at halftime.
Man,
So
we were suffocating them. They were celebrating their first down. I'm serious. They were waving the terrible towels on a first down. I said, boy, y'all done. Y'all done. You celebrating the first down that we got like via penalties. Like, it's over. It was a defensive. Oh man, Fred Warner. Oh my God. Oh my
I'm going to be honest with you guys. I'm not opposed to Sam Darnold. I think he can play in the right circumstance. But when we were up at a certain point in the game, I did look at Tony and say, "Hey, why isn't Sam Darnold in the game?" I think there was like 4 minutes left in the game, and I think we were having a problem with our defense not being able to get him off the field right away. And later, I know he did have the victory, kneel, formation, whatnot. But if we're that many points up, let's pull the guys. Let's,
agreed.
come on,
I'm
let's.
hearing that. I heard it from Mike. I watched everybody's podcast tonight, and there were some concerns about maybe we're running CMC a little too much. Maybe after you get up 30 points or 23 points, hey, let's come off the gas a little bit. Let's bring our horses in, and let's let these other guys take the brunt of that, because we definitely don't want an injury. As the New York Jets suffered today. It can happen at any time, Brian and David, Melissa, Corey. Aaron Rodgers. It was his first drive, I believe, in the fourth play, and boom, it was the second pass, and it could, but when you're up, I get it. You gotta.
I remember I said before, Cal was afraid like what happened in the Detroit game. When he started taking the starters out, Detroit came back, almost won the game.
That's how it can happen, man.
that
One
did
turnover,
happen.
one this or that. We're looking at okay. Starters, go back in there. I know y'all pulled off your tape and you threw your gloves somewhere. Y'all get back in there.
That's the chance that you have to take, though. But that's how we get some of these guys that are second stringers, third stringers to play during the game and get some experience. Because if we blow these guys out, maybe we should start rotating these guys. To me, it is a little like concerning that we're not rotating Mitchell in or JP Mason in. When CMC I like CMC. If he's on the field, I am like, let's go. I don't want to see him come off the field, but there is a certain point in time, like we should conserve these guys' health and the longevity of these guys' plays is going to last the season. And I know you want to be hot, you want to be able to go into the season feeling like you're in rhythm, but we are up like 20 points to nothing.
I know.
20 to nothing. I think there's a point where we can start saying, hey guys, we don't need you on the field as many snaps, and we're going to put this guy in and this guy in. I noticed when Kinlaw got in, he had a lot of push on the defense, and he was making noise too, but he wasn't a starter. So I would just like to see a little bit more rotation if we're up that high. It's not every game where we're going to blow these people out, but I am kind of confident thinking we have the team we have right now. We should be scoring 30 points a game.
Yeah, I agree, but I just say I know us as fans when Detroit did that. Oh,
Yeah.
we was pissed off. The fans was pissed off. Everybody was yelling at Cal, and the media was yelling at Cal, saying, why would you do that? What happened?"
No. It's it's a it's a stick to clutch situation. You kind of gotta know when to hold them, know when to fold them. You gotta. It's somewhere in there that you don't want to blow this lead, but you want to preserve, the integrity of your starters and their health.
Yep,
And
that's what I was saying about when I saw Nick Bosa come back out there. Why is he coming back out there? Keep him out. He don't need to play no more. I know they were trying to get him a sack, but uh, getting that one sack ain't gonna be that important. Come on, take him out. he played enough snaps. At that time, I think he was like 52 play. What was it? 20 something. I forgot what it was. But I know he had a lot of snaps.
yeah,
And
Well, at one point he had out of 57 snaps, he had played 32.
yeah,
That was kind of late-ish in the game. I don't know what his final count was.
yeah, that's what I was thinking of right there. And I'm like, oh man, don't put him back in there. So I'm come back on the field. Oh, we could keep him out. You know, you don't
I
have
was
to take all
thinking
that
I was
stuff.
thinking it would be about 35 snaps, half, putting him in situational positions, and he just it's Nick Bosa. He demands a double team. Sometimes he's gonna be a decoy, sometimes he's gonna be the real McCoy. And you know, I think and it got a little warm out there too. I noticed that towards the end of the second half, I noticed the blocks weren't quite as crisp, and that's everybody. Nobody's beyond the pale. I seen 71 like putting hands on them and like, hey, let's try to get to the half here. I need some Gatorade. Uh, and that's the byproduct sometimes of, hey, don't play these guys during the preseason. Let them rest. Back in our day, it was two a days, all day, every day. And we started in July and got it done. They don't do that anymore, man. They do load management and, oh, we're gonna rest them and stuff like that. But it tells it on a warm day in September, man, it got hot out there. Even my wife, who stays cold, was like, "It is hot as hell out here." I was like,
So, what was the color of the stadium? Because looking from my television, there was like an orange coming
it was
out of the stands.
it was
And
gold.
I would love to say that's like
De-
there was so much red and yellow in that
oh
stadium.
man, it was definitely gold. When you're in an empty seat, they're all gold. They're Pittsburgh Steeler colors. It's gold all the way. And they actually had a college game. My cousin was recruiting a kid from college at University of Pittsburgh. He was there the day before, and we went through. It's called Acrisure Stadium now, but it's Heinz Field to me, and real Pittsburgh people. They say it's still Heinz Field, but it was yellow. And And man, the 49ers just showed up. I got pictures of us just walking to the stadium and other Pittsburgh fans, they were like, it's so many of y'all. they hadn't
What
seen anything like that before.
They
what would you say the percentage would be? Like Steeler fans to 49er fans. There was it
It
50-50?
it was about 50-50. It was about 50-50.
Yeah.
And then,
Wow.
when they started getting decimated, they started leaving early. So it was all of us all the time. We were down there, man. We were getting the 49 to go Niners, man, in the
oh
roll
yeah,
up, everything. And I got there early. I got there Friday. Me and D, was it Friday? Yeah, we got there Friday. And we were like special forces behind
What
the
did the
enemy
Steelers?
lines. I know how it is. I was just taking it in. They said y'all came a long way to get whooped. I'm like, yeah, that's good. We'll
You
see.
probably
We'll
didn't.
see.
You probably didn't hear it because there wasn't too many times for them to chant it. But like when you're out here in Santa Clara and the Niners do something, they go ooh, 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 right?
get a
We
first down.
were doing that. We were doing that in their stadium,
Okay.
especially when it was Ayuk. When we got a first down, that's what we would say. And
That's
man,
the
it was
first down.
masterful for Brock Purdy and the offense. We got in some critical situations. There were several times it was third and long, and y'all might not want to hear it, but that guy danced, man. We were advancing that ball, as Hank Stram would say, keep matriculating that ball down the field, boys. And we kept doing
Were
it.
you able to pick up what the Steelers chant? Because again, like when you're in Lambeau, it's like "Go Pack, go!" But did the Steelers have a cry or any? Well, they probably crying, of course. But
At kickoff, they give away terrible towels. Terrible towels are free to every Steeler fan that comes in the stadium.
oh wow,
The terrible towels were going at kickoff to a man. I'm telling you right now, Brian, David, Corey, Melissa, you didn't see that terrible towel the rest of the game. they didn't work. They did.
Yeah, it was a Steeler fan.
It was it. That was it. It was kickoff with the terrible towels, and my wife, she's like, "Oh my God, look at how many terrible towels are going." I said, "Baby, just hold tight. I got pocket aces. I got pocket aces. I got pocket king. Just hold tight. You ain't gonna see it the rest of this game." They didn't break them out, man. They didn't break them out. They celebrated with about a minute and a half left in the first quarter, and I mean in the first half, when they finally got a first down. We were suffocating. That is dominating. When your fan base has to say, "Yay, we got a first down."
So they weren't using the terrible towels to soak up some tears, maybe.
I guess that was out of the stadium. I didn't see those terrible towels again. It was kickoff and it was done. That's it. And they were so cool, man. I don't want to dog them too much. When we got back to the hotel, man, we met her name was Wanda. Man, they got it's cool colors to have. They got bicycle or not bicycle, motorcycle jackets, and they are fan base, and they talked, oh yeah, y'all came a long way to get whooped, and all of this, man. They were like, goodness gracious, I had no idea y'all got that happening in San Francisco.
Yeah, they had this.
Y'all just kicked our teeth in. Y'all. It is what it is. Y'all got it. Y'all got it.
well,
They had this
guys,
fan.
let's go around. We'll start with Corey. Let's go around real quick. Tell everybody what you like the most about the game, what you're most excited to see happen for the next game, and where we can find you. And we're gonna get out here. It's been a little bit about an hour, and And thank you for being our guest tonight. Me and David had a guest, and whatever happened, he just wasn't able to make it to the dance tonight. And we appreciate you, Melissa. We appreciate Pterodome and Corey. But Corey, go ahead and start out. Then we'll go to Melissa. We'll go to Pterodome, and David and me. We'll finish it out. And again, thank you so much for coming. So, Corey, Tahoe, bro, vacationing, coming into this stream like this. I mean, shout out to you, bro. How are you? And what are you most excited again about the game yesterday? And what are you looking forward to seeing with the Rams?
First, I wanted to say what I've been trying to say. It was a Steelers fan say he was mad. He wasn't mad that they got whooped. He was mad because it was just too many 49er fans, and he was trying to do like the Rams quarterback wife.
Kelly Stafford.
Yeah, trying to say, be quiet, please. Y'all be quiet during this game while our offense is on the field. But I enjoyed the game. I enjoyed the catch from Brandon Ayuk in the end zone. I enjoyed the run from CMC to touchdown. I enjoyed our defense kept first down for a while, and I enjoyed that man Jackson got a sack, 3 sacks, and so this Wednesday I will be doing I supposed to Rams too. I can't wait till the Sunday see us beat the Rams again. But this Wednesday, I'm doing the pick show, week 2 pick show. Also to give the results of the week 1.
Oh, Corey, you keep receipts, man. Why you be keeping receipts? You be making us feel bad.
Well, I can't say nothing because right now I'm losing.
So
Brian and Brian and David Corona and the Water Sports all lead in the lead.
Okay.
Yeah,
it's a long season, buddy.
It's a long season. Yeah. If you ever want to come in, if you can't make the show, but you want to just send us your results, Corey does the weekly pick'ems and he keeps track of the record. So, at the end of the season, there's a little, special award. You get the title for the year, of course. And David, the guy sitting next to me, he won last year. So,
all right, Dave, I see you.
And Terry Dome again. If you can't make this show, just send in your results to Corey, and he'll log them in.
Got you.
I have my score predictions and picks from last week. I didn't do very well, but I did call the Lions beat the Chiefs, so I'm proud of that.
You call that?
Yes, I did. I actually thought it was gonna be like I forget what I had the final score. I think it was 24-21. I was like off by 4 points. And I just remember cheering like all weekend in my brother's face because he's a Packer fan. Okay. And it was just like the most fun weekend out of all for me.
Awesome. Yeah, I didn't see Detroit beating KC.
This was the prize Corey got me for winning last year's pick'ems, but by 2 games. By 2 games. And my thumb's actually covering up a symbol that would get Bryant a copyright strike, believe it or not. So
good man. Always thinking. That is dope.
Hey, I appreciate it. But yeah, Melissa, what are you excited about, like this Steeler game? What was one of the things that you didn't expect that happened, and what are you hoping that will happen against the Rams?
Okay, what I wasn't expecting to happen. I think what I was most surprised by was that Elijah Mitchell actually got to play against the Steelers, and then he made it out healthy. And even though I got like a little worried about Ambry Thomas and his concussion, and when Trent Williams went and grabbed his ribs, like that really freaked me out. And when after that third punt in the 10-yard line end zone, you kind of saw Wisnowski kind of like limping off the field. I think what I'm most grateful for is there was no mega injuries. Like it always feels like those
Amen.
first 3 weeks are just like destined for somebody to get either like injured for a month and then continuously be on IR, or they're absolutely done for the season. So for the fact that we got out of there without that and we got to see people play that maybe don't always get to shine due to injury was kind of special for me as a fan.
So
Um,
what are you looking forward to seeing with the Rams game? They kind of upset the Seahawks, didn't they?
yeah, I heard Cooper Cup I think is out for like a month, so once again they're gonna have that excuse. I guess what I really want to see is the brand new rookies play against the Rams. I know McKivitz is gonna have an issue, and so is Burford, especially with all his holding calls against Aaron Donald, which I'm not looking forward to. But I am looking forward to like maybe Brandon Willis or Ronnie Bell or some of these other guys kind of getting like a fresh start against the Rams, because for me, one of the things I loved most was Drake Greenlaw always being that guy that never feared our divisional opponents. You know, like Drake Greenlaw always has like his biggest games against the Rams or the Cardinals or especially the Seahawks. And I cannot wait to find that next Niner who just doesn't care who's lined up there, who's the big all stars for that team, and just absolutely kills our divisional opponents. So that's what I'm looking forward to most against the Rams.
Oh yeah. Me and David were talking a little earlier. I think there's only one or two defensive players we can name on the Rams. So we are definitely looking forward to the game. Terry Dome, what's your thoughts, man? What are you were there at the game. What were you excited to see that happened, and then what are you looking forward to seeing with the Rams?
Oh man, you know I can't stand them Rams. They got a whooping coming to them. I am putting them on nervous. The Any Heartbreak Tour is coming to your town. We got Bobby, Johnny, Ralph, BBD. We are coming to see you. I was on Sports Talk and Chill. And there's a Rams
The Gina
fan on
fan?
there. Yeah, with
Yeah.
Gina. Yeah, there's a Rams fan on there. Oh boy, I'm gonna unleash. They feel like they
Kelly,
did something because they beat Seattle. But boy, when I unleash those pocket rockets, when I unleash those Cowboys, when I unleash those Queens, oh, it's gonna be fun. We're gonna get down in Los Angeles, Levi South, our Airbnb. The game was just so tremendous, man. That's just it just went flawless in Pittsburgh, man. It just everybody just showed up, showed out, and that's 49er football. That's faithful football. That's how we do it. Um, I really feel like our defense is going to clean up some things and we're just going to have a good time. Our offense, man, Colton McKivitz, I'd like to see him get a little bit more established, a little bit more settled. Uh, he drew a tremendous assignment in the fact that he had to go against TJ Watt. That ain't no easy task for anybody, but
no.
you know, TJ lived in our backfield a little bit. I started to give him a jersey and declare him a eligible receiver so much because he was in our backfield. But we cleaned that up, man, and we got Aaron Donald coming, and we do traditionally pretty well against Aaron Donald. For whatever reason, Colton McKivitz and Burford have had his number for the last, has it been 3 years, 4 years, or whatever? You don't even hear Aaron Donald when we're playing. So, man, we're going to unleash on them. The San Francisco 49ers are great. Let me look at my notes real quick. Great city of Pittsburgh. They know champions and they recognize champions and they know what we got out there. A lot of respect. Uh, Patrick Peterson was talking a little bit of junk about tails and everything, and Brandon Ayuk shook him 2 ways to Sunday. That was absolutely beautiful. That was absolutely he made some catches. He made that catch in the corner of the end zone, that back shoulder. Oh my God. Indefensible. Brandon Ayuk is the one 49er in the last, I think, 3 or 4 years to make me jump out of my seat. When we played Philly that time and he hurdled a guy, he made me jump up, and that catch he made, man, I was a little bit incorrigible in section 520 row L 9 and 10. I saw that thing just developing, and we're gonna do some wonderful things this season. Man, get out and support the San Francisco 49ers. Meet your brethren, meet the people who love you, meet the people who you have been disappointed with and you celebrate with. Get on out to a game, man. Have a real good time. That's what I got.
Most definitely. Well, thank you all for coming. And I'm gonna give it to David real quick as well. Terry Dunn, are you going live in the morning?
Yes, sir. 10 o'clock Eastern. 10 o'clock
right.
Eastern, the Terradome. Yes, sir.
All right, 7 p.m. California a.m. Sorry, a.m. 7 a.m. California time. So tune in if you can. Terry Dunn has a great channel. Does a
8
little bit of a
a.m.
call
Mountain
in every once in
Standard
a while.
Time.
That's right.
Deep
Yeah.
in the mountain. Oh man, I mess up the mountain.
Yeah. So it's a great show. If you guys can pop in, Terry Dunn has a great show. David, what were you excited about? What are you looking forward to seeing with the Rams? And thank you all for coming. And please like and subscribe. Hey, everyone here has a channel. Melissa is everywhere. I don't know why she doesn't have a channel yet, but she's everywhere. I'm really actually excited, and I'm gonna just say it. I've been playing fantasy football with someone really special like Melissa for now 2 years, and I'm just really excited that I got her here on the show. So thank you again, Melissa, for coming, and hope everything works out and everything. Family is very important, but if we've been able to alleviate a little bit of the stress and make you think of something different, then that's what I'm hoping we could have done. But David, please let us know.
Well,
Hey,
as you know, as I've already told you, it's F the Lambs week, and it's straight up. We can't take them lightly. So look at what just happened in Seattle. I mean, granted, we still don't know what Seattle is. They reset a lot of pieces on their roster, like their defensive line and their offensive line, trying to fix problems, and it might not have fixed the problems. So this is all yet to be seen. It's only one game.
I have a theory there. I live in Jersey, and we've had to deal with really bad quarterbacks in my home state. And I think that it's the MetLife curse that these guys can break out one season and then just completely fall apart right afterwards. And I think that's kind of what's happening to Daniel Jones and Geno Smith. I think, especially with ESPN being so New York driven, that they just kind of like automatically set these guys up for failure by putting so much hype and so much praise on them, especially with Geno, where they had him like as an MVP candidate already in their minds, that there's no way that these guys can actually kind of like succeed under that pressure. And I think once people take them as a threat, it's inevitable that they fall apart, which is why I had such a huge issue with Sam Darnold coming here, because I just don't trust anybody from MetLife, especially after Manningham and Jacobs came here. So
I can see why.
just think,
Hey, you remember Geno, his rookie year, he looked decent. And then his second year, that's when everything fell apart for him. And I was honestly like, I asked a Seahawks fan, do you think that's going to happen? And he was like, no.
You mean his rookie year when he screwed over his teammate and he got punched in the jaw and had to get his jaw wired? Mm-hmm. That rookie year?
Either that was his first year or second year, but he was a really weird player, right? Geno New York. Then he goes to New York, right? It's like, and this is my joke. He was in the green, then he went to the blue, and then what? He decides he likes both colors, and then goes to Seattle where he can wear both colors. I mean,
Wow. Look at you. You put the colors together. The
no,
color
I don't
rush.
know. But hey,
Brian
sometimes it
Culp,
takes
ladies
you
and
a in the
gentlemen.
face before you, get to go where you did. I don't know, but it's just this game against the Rams. I know the Rams usually do have the Seahawks number. It's just this was a little bit. It's week one. It's week one, but maybe Gino and the Seahawks aren't what we were expecting. So
Hey, that's true. And
Matthew
the
Stafford has
Rams
some
have so many unknowns. All their players, they have so many unknowns
Yeah.
that they are humongous question mark right now. So as long as we don't take them lightly, we go in, we punch them in the face just like we did the Steelers, and we play 49er football, we'll come out with the W.
There you
But
go.
yeah, again, it's F the Lambs week all week.
F the lamb.
everybody. It's been a little bit. Really do appreciate everybody coming. Everybody, you're always welcome. Come on back. We're gonna do this again. Maybe next time we'll do this on David's channel. But we all appreciate you guys. Small guys, just trying to have fun, growing, and just we can't get enough. Kind of like that nut. Just can't get enough, right? So we like talking 49ers. We like talking football, and again, we really do appreciate everybody for coming, and we're gonna do it again. So I'm gonna say go Niners, stay faithful. You guys all say what you gotta say because it's all funny when we go around. David likes to say F the Rams. He does it better than I do. But with that,
It's go
we're gonna
Niners and F the Lambs.
Whatever he said.
Thank
Stay faithful.
I don't have a channel. You kind of plugged everybody else's channel, but if the host will be so kind, I would like to also promote a channel. So please check out Tony Culp's channel where she gets to have Ladies of the Faithful thing. So please go check
Ladies
that
of the
out.
Empire. Yep.
Yeah, and
Oh,
definitely be
yes,
looking
it's
out because
ladies' night and the feeling's tight. Oh,
there's
yes,
going to be
it's
more and more
ladies.
ladies coming on. Sometimes not all the ladies can make it, and Melissa, be looking for your invite. So with that, guys, stay
I'll
faithful.
come whenever she's not there. So
Yep, enough said. And with that, stay faithful, everybody. We'll see you soon. You guys have a great night.